Be a thrifty prepper. There are so many ways to save money and to get more out of your money while preparing. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness, and that's what we're talking about today. Budget-friendly prepping. We all want to save money. We all want to make our dollars stretch. We all want to get more out of our money, and yet we still want to prepare. So, there are so many different ways. I mean, basics like saving your dryer lint for fire starting material. Great, yeah. Stockpiling water, storing water in used soda bottles, juice bottles, water bottles. Just sanitize them yourself and fill them back up with water and put them in your food storage. Shop thrift stores. Some of them are better than others. From what we've found is if you have Value Village in your area, they used to be really cool. 10 years ago maybe? Now, we went to one not that long ago and they were pretty proud of their stuff. Still okay, but not really as good a deal as a lot of the other ones. Goodwill, same thing, kind of proud of some of their stuff. But you can still find some good deals there. Places like St. Vincent de Paul, Deseret Industries, and more of the, maybe your local faith-based charities and thrift stores are the best places to go. Another thing you can do to get some preps and or food if your family needs it is the USA CARES Act. Due to this whole pandemic thing, a lot of situations, a lot of places have locations where you can go and get a box of food for your family, depending on how many family members you have and stuff like that, how much food you get. But it's basically free food every week in a box. Yes, it's a government program. It's set up to help people in need. And so it's not like canned goods from what I've heard. It is more perishable stuff, but if you are, it's there, and it's, farmers are paid for the stuff, and the organizations and the companies that provide the food are paid by the government. It exists. So take advantage of that. If it's, instead of letting it, maybe show up if you don't need it. Don't show up early. They usually have a time frame, like they're doing it from like 11 to 1 or whatever it is, noon to 12 or whatever the time is. Don't show up early because if you don't need it, let the people that need it go first. Go late, like not that long before they close up shop. And if they have stuff left over, instead of it going to waste, use it. Use that stuff so you can save money on your food budget. So then you can use some of that money instead of your food budget for your prepping budget. That's a really good thing to do. Some people like going the route of, if they have liquid laundry detergent, liquid dishwashing stuff, watering stuff down, and or like watering your juice down. We usually, water down our kids' juice a little bit, just so they're not getting like full-fledged all the sugar and stuff like that, because a lot of it, like grape juice, white grape juice, those are used as sweeteners anyway. So it's basically, sugar. So you can water that down just a little bit. They still taste good and, save some money. There's a lot of cost-cutting measures. Even empty milk jugs can be used to store water. But I would use that for flushing water, for flushing your toilets. If you're on a septic like we are, you can just put the water into the tank in the back. Don't try pouring it in the bowl. That doesn't work. Put it in the tank, fill up the tank with water, and then flush just like normal. It works. You don't need power. And or you can use that for your gardening water. There's a lot of different uses you can use that for. So there's a lot of cost-cutting measures. Yard sales are a good thing. Craigslist look in the free section, the giveaway section. Don't accumulate a bunch of junk just because it's free, but if it has a use as a prepper item for preparedness, for homesteading, for self-reliance, self-sustainability, then yeah, grab it. If you have, property where you have, and or space to put stuff, then, get stuff that you may not need right now. Just have it on hand. Other things are shopping grocery store sales. Shop the sales. Couponing is a big one. You see those extreme couponing shows. Yeah, they save crazy amount of money. I did that. We tried it once, and it is very, very time intensive, very demanding. But if you got the time, maybe you have more time than money, well, then it's definitely worth it. I did one once where I think my best I saved was right about 90%. I think I saved. I only paid 10% of what the items were. That was my best score haul. But I had several in the 50, 60%-ish savings, and maybe even 70, I think, a couple. So yeah, you can do it. We did it. It's just we don't really have the time I guess I got time now. We could potentially do that again. So that's an option. There's a lot of different things you can do. There I go. I did that again. The and smacking my lips thing. My wife told me the other night she took classes in public speaking in college, and she said that's one of the big no-nos. Don't smack your lips when you're talking in between sentences. Don't say all those things. Yeah, I'm bad about it sometimes. I get it. I always try to be mindful of that. But gardening also, seeds, like I told you guys a while back, found a score at Goodwill, seed packs for 29 cents. They were all the, heirloom organic or whatever it was. I don't know. They were good seeds, current date, maybe, made in the U.S., grown in the U.S., and they were 29 cents a pack. So that was a really good deal. And the amount you got was the same as seed packs pretty much anywhere else. Dollar store, their seed packs are $4 for $1. I think they have a lot lesser amount in them, though, so that may not be a good deal or as good a deal as those seeds I found at Goodwill. What else can you do? Repurpose and upcycle things. Clothing that may have a hole in it or something like that you don't want to wear to work, and or maybe even, kind of the rattier clothing, the stuff that you would normally donate. Well, donation's good. Donating is good, helping out those charitable organizations. But upcycle it. Put it in a box. A quote-unquote food storage box, a prepping box. Old clothes, old shoes. Maybe the shoes still have some life left in them. Put them in a clothing box so that you can use them. If we get into a long-term SHTF environment, collapse, something like that, textile companies, you're not going to be able to go down and buy clothing. So you'll want to have standby clothing. That's a really good thing to do. Making things yourself. Not paying, going and getting, your oil changed. Changing it yourself. Although sometimes the deals are cheaper than you can do it yourself. So, yeah, do your research. A lot of it is research, knowing what's going on, where's the sales, different things like that. Also at thrift stores that have those special tag days that are 50% off or something like that, try to look for items that are only get those items. That'll save you even more money. And a lot of this is time intensive. It does. It takes a little more time to do some of these things. Where was I? Upcycling, making things yourself. Like I recently made a cabinet or a set of, oh man, my brain is fried. A set of shelves. Wow, there it is, for our pantry. And actually what happened was, I'll admit failure. I'll admit I make mistakes. I guess I didn't measure twice and cut once because they were slightly too big. I could unscrew it all, cut the pieces down a little bit to make it fit, but I actually am able to use that somewhere else. So I built another thing, and it's only 2 shelves in it. It's more like a table with a shelf underneath it. More heavy duty, but it looks way better. It actually looks really nice. I'll probably take a picture of it and put it up on Instagram. Link in the description if you want to check out Instagram. I'm on there a little bit, just trying to, grow the brand, draw traffic here into Patreon. So I'm out there. I'm on there, hit or miss. Sometimes I'm on there a bunch. Sometimes I'm on there for a while. But anyway, Instagram, Patreon is always a thing. Patreon is the heart and soul of Team AP. And I thank you guys, all the new patrons and the $5 and up patrons that are participating in the giveaways. Speaking of which, I need to get this giveaway together for April and then tell you guys about it so we can get people commenting on there, so I can get people kind of entered into the drawing. But anyway, there's a lot of different ways. Troubleshoot. Brainstorm in your area, because we're all in different situations. We all live in different areas. There's different resources available to us and different things available to us. So think about what you guys have in your area. I hit on some good points, I think, some good ideas, but think about what's applicable to your area, what your needs are. We all have different needs. Maybe clothing is your big thing, maybe food is your big thing, depending on what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what's in your area, what applies to you. Do you live in an apartment in a city versus do you live in a rural homestead? You're going to have different needs. So Craigslist, that free section though, I'll tell you what, and the home and garden section has been awesome. There's a lot of good things there. Sometimes people are really proud of their stuff. Actually, funny story, my wife found on Craigslist, I think it was, a person selling a jar of dirt. It was a mason jar, maybe a larger mason jar, full of dirt, and they had it listed at $1,500. So there's some crazies out there, obviously, and that's what it was. They said, yes, it is a jar of dirt. I don't know what the purpose of that ad was, but anyway, it is what it is. Prep a little every day, people, and stay positive, keep your mind right, pray to Heavenly Father, and do what you can. Work on your fitness, eat healthy, and do the things. I love you guys, and blessings to you and yours.